Dr. Nate here. I'm just gonna guide you through some hip mobility today. So I don't know if you can actually see this or not. It's in red and I'm not great at writing in block letters, so sorry about that. So first one we're gonna do is knee to chest. Second one's gonna be bent knee fallouts. Third one's gonna be supine hip external rotation. And supine just means you're on your back. Child's pose, many of you are probably familiar with that one. And then the fifth one is quadruped hip circles or rotations. So all of these are meant to help improve your hip mobility. It'll also help with some back discomfort or stiffness that you might be experiencing. So this is a double whammy. This will help with lower back issues and with hip stiffness issues. Now, of course, if these movements are making your symptoms worse and it doesn't feel good, then this is something that you probably shouldn't do. And I will make different videos of different types of mobility movements to kind of help with different people. But this one is for people who can tolerate doing more forward bending, or maybe you can't do like actual forward bends, but you can do something that's a little more regressed or easier than that, which would be what I'm going to show you today with some of the bent knee fallouts, with the knee to chest, child's pose, and all of that. So let's get into it, and I'm just going to be walking you through each one. I'm going to do the full thing with you, and if you have any questions, just leave them in the comments, and I will answer them all in as timely a manner as I can. All right, so let's get started. So first one we're doing is the bent, what are we doing? We're doing the knee to chest. So the first one is knee to chest. So you're gonna lie on your back, and I have a nice yoga mat here. It's nice and comfy. I got the thicker foam one. This is just like an Amazon Basics one. It's not in my affiliates, and I don't have an affiliate link for it, but I do like these ones. They're pretty comfy. So you're gonna lie on your back. All right, make sure your head is nice and supported on the ground. Now, if you find that your head is kind of like this, just get a pillow. You can roll up a towel, roll up something, put it behind your head, make sure that your head is nice and supported. Okay. Go ahead and put one leg out, like so. So you can start with either side. One leg's going to be straight, one leg's going to be bent, and we're just pulling up. So that's one, and we're doing 10 of these each side. So 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Cool. So hopefully that one felt nice. That's kind of just a nice little starter. If that one felt good, cool. We're going to go on to the next one. So this next one is bent knee fallouts. So I'll show you what that looks like. And there's a double leg and a single leg version of this. We're going to do the double leg version first. So we're just letting the legs drop from side to side. Okay? So you don't have to get all the way down. It's okay if you just use a small range of motion, especially if you have some discomfort in your hip or your back. It's totally okay to just go small ranges of motion. I'm going to go through a larger range of motion here, just because I'm trying to get a little flexible. And I lost count, but I'm going to call that 4, 4, So if that one also felt good, cool. We're going to move on to the next one. This one's going to be supine. This is a mouthful. Supine hip external rotation. So external rotation is just this motion of your hip. So if my leg is like so, it's just turning out like that. That's external rotation. This is internal rotation. And then bringing my leg up like this is flexion. Okay, then the extension is behind your leg. So external rotation, like so. And this next one, supine just means you're lying on your back. External rotation, we just talked about that. So I'm going to show you what that looks like. Okay. So for this one, I like to put my right foot on my left knee. Okay. Right foot on my left knee. And I'm just going to allow my knee to go down towards the ground. Okay? Down towards the ground. Just like so. Okay? So you notice my hands, they're on my abdomen, but they can also be out here. They can be down here. You can put them up here if you'd like. Either way, it doesn't matter exactly where you put them. Again, I lost count, so I'm going to call that 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Oh, we're only supposed to do 10. See, it felt so good, I just kept going. Now we'll put the left foot on the right knee and do the same thing. So 1, 2. And you'll notice with these that you will get, that's 3, you will get a little more range of motion on one side more than another. So it's 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Good. All right. So those ones are great to get you a little bit more hip external rotation. So that's 10 reps. We're doing everything for 10 reps today because one, it's just easy to remember. You can go up to 20, 30, even 30 reps of these, and that's totally fine. You just want to make sure that as you're doing this, you're not, I have people that I work with where I give them homework and exercises to do, and they decide that no matter how much it hurts, they're going to push through. That's not what you should do, okay? If it starts to hurt and you're like, well, the hurt must be good, not necessarily. So if it's like a stretch, okay, that's totally fine. If it's like, ow, this hurts, like, this does not feel good, then that's different. So just keep that in mind with these movements. All right, so the next one is going to be child's pose. So there's a bunch of different ways to do this. Traditionally, regular child's pose looks like this. You're kind of on the ground, forehead is down, on the ground like this, and it does feel quite nice. But for the sake of getting some more movement, we're going to do it in what's called a quadruped position, or all fours. So you'll notice I'm set up like this. My shoulders are over my hands, so they're kind of in line like that to start with. And then my hip is around 90 degrees like this, okay? And all we're gonna do is bring your bottom down to your heels. Now you don't have to bring it all the way down to your heels, that's okay. If you can only get here, hey, that's where you start, okay? Everyone's gotta start somewhere. And you can even move your hands out a little bit further get a little bit more of a stretch through the shoulders, through the lats. You can even kind of reach out a little bit, okay? Can rock a little bit at the bottom. So that's 2. That's 3. And you can do a couple things here. So you can keep your feet straight, or you can turn them kind of in like this. So I'll turn like so. So you can either have your feet like this, like knees more spread, or you can have them more like that, okay? So whichever one's more comfortable for you. Typically, I will have my legs spread out a little bit more just to get some more of that external rotation, and I can get a little bit lower, as you'll notice. Okay, so that's 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. And again, you can do 20 to 30 of these. A lot of people like that movement. I haven't found that many people who say, ow, that's really painful. You know, unless you have, unless it hurts to put pressure on your knees, you know, you can just put another pillow under your knees too, if that's bothersome. In addition, having a nice, soft yoga mat. I think this one's, I don't know, 1/4 inch thick. And it's really nice and comfortable. My knees don't hurt at all kneeling on this, so it's really nice. This last one, does require a little bit more coordination, and if you're having some sort of back discomfort, it can be, you know, it can maybe be a little uncomfortable. So just as a guiding principle, if you're doing a movement and the more you do it, the better the discomfort gets, cool. If the more you do it, it starts to flare things up, even after doing 10 or 20 reps of it, then you probably shouldn't start with this movement. It's something that you could work up to, but it's probably not a good starting point. And sometimes it's just that particular day that it's bothersome. So this next one, I put it last because some people are going to be able to do it, some aren't going to be able to do it. The previous 4, most people should be able to do some sort of modification of those, or some sort of rendition of those. So here's the last one. It's quadruped hip circles. So again, quadruped is just like this. So we're in an all fours position, and we are just going to bring the hip up and around. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and you can go as big with these circles as you want, so you can kick all the way out and come all the way up and around. You can come up and around like that, go in the other direction. 7, 8, 9, and 10. There you go. So that's hip circles on that side, and I'm going to do it on the other side now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Good. So the main thing for this one, you might be wondering, are my hips in the right position? As long as you're not rotated up like this, and your hips are pointed down towards the ground. So if you kind of poke around right here, you should feel like a pointy, bony protuberance, and that's called your ASIS. That should be pointing down towards the ground when you're doing this, just going down towards the ground. If it comes up and it's pointing out to the side, or it's pointing out to the side, then you are rotated up too far. So like this. It should just be here, just like so. We're just trying to get motion through the hips, okay? That is pretty much it. Those 5 different exercises, you know, that was only one set, right? So that was like 10 minutes of going through and me blabbering about those different movements. So as you can see, that's a 20 to 30 minute routine, especially if you take some breaks in between. That last one can get you breathing a little bit and make you feel your glute muscles. So those are some really good hip mobility routines, and feel free to just keep rewatching this video to get a better idea of how to do those movements. And if something was not clear, if you're like, wait, but what's my body positioning supposed to be like? Please leave a comment below and I will make sure to get to that. If you're watching this on YouTube and this was valuable for you, please hit that subscribe button, crush that like button, and I will see you next time.